from the campus of the University of Alabama. Live sports from Alabama's sports team. This is WVUA Sports.
Well, it was not a good day to be a college basketball coach. Tennessee informed Donnie Tyndall this morning his services as head coach were no longer required. This comes after only 1 year with the team. He gets the heave-ho because of NCAA violations with Southern Miss, his former team. Good evening, everyone. I'm BJ Millican in for Gary Harris tonight. The Alabama basketball team now has a little competition as they target their new head coach, and a lot of focus is on Wichita State's Greg Marshall. The Shockers season ended Thursday night in the Sweet 16. News today that Texas also might be in the market for Marshall. Rick Barnes likely will not be back in Austin, according to reports. So we'll wait and see who will win the Marshall sweepstakes. Here's a look at tonight's tournament scoreboard. Gonzaga and Louisville both advanced to the Elite Eight. 2 games are still ongoing. The Alabama football team continued spring practice on Friday afternoon. Cam Robinson, as you see, spent the media viewing period on the bike. But despite football being in the air, even Nick Saban can't even help but get into the hoops madness.
I actually had to change my bracket before the tournament started because I talked to Tom and he said, if we can beat Georgia, I think we can beat Virginia. So I had Virginia beating them, but I picked them, so I'm on insider information. Kristen's going to get mad about that, though.
The Tom there, of course, Michigan State's Tom Izzo. Ole Miss head coach Hugh Freeze will be the honorary pace car driver at the May Sprint Cup race at Talladega. One of the reasons? He named some of his plays in his offense after the racetrack. Pretty funny stuff there. The Alabama-Florida baseball series is about as close as you can get. The Tide owned a 55-54 series lead headed into today, so the 4th-ranked Gators had a chance to tie things up. Game 1 of a doubleheader, and it was a back-and-forth affair. We were tied at 9 in the 10th. J.C. Wilhite unties us. Bases loaded single. That scores Kyle Overstreet. Bama would tack on 2 more to make it 12-9, and that's all they would need. They take the first game. Game 2, though, goes to Florida 8-1. Game 3 tomorrow. Bama softball hosting Texas this weekend, Texas A&M I should say, and tonight it was a pretty one-sided affair. Marissa Runyon with the hot shot can't be handled. Demi Turner comes around to score. It's 2-zip tied. We move to the 4th. Haley McClinney clears the bases with a single. A couple come across. Bama run rules the Aggies 13-0. Good news for Bama gymnasts Caitlin Clark and Lauren Beers. They earned a total of 5 All-American honors between them today. Beers took home the honors in the all-around uneven bars and floor, while Clark was honored in beam and vault. Hey, the heavyweight champ Deontay Wilder held an event tonight in town with proceeds supporting Sky South Gym in Coffeyville. He says his broken hand is getting better and they're working on scheduling his next fight for June. But events like this, he says, go towards showing kids what they can become.
We have so many old and younger guys that look up to me, and I want to let them know, send the message that I'm right here from the west side of town, you know, and that anything is possible. You can, anything in reach. If you can dream it, you can get it. You know, whoever thought you'll see anybody running around here with a Rolls Royce as far as athlete itself. That's one of the reasons I stayed in Alabama as well too, so they can see all the things that I have and let them know that, man, he's right here where we're from.
There you go. Deontay's got a pretty nice car, and he's channeling Kevin Garnett a little bit. Anything's possible. More with him tomorrow night on Sports Saturday, and more news coming up right after the break.